Steph, you may share your slide whenever you are ready. All right. Okay. Let the slide there.
Jeffrey, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's very clear.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm using my cell phone, so it makes it easier that way.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Go right ahead. We can get started.
Okay. So it's already 2 minutes past 9:30. Let us start our session for this week. So today's topic is very interesting. As everyone here, I'm sure you use technology in your daily life, almost 24 hours a day. So it would be very interesting to know how technology, electromagnetic waves, can affect our health, right? And to share this topic, we have someone very knowledgeable. Okay, she's a director in our organization. 34 times Master UFO, CSIE, multiple local challenge winner, right? President challenge winner, local coordinator, and so on. So many titles that you can see on the screen. But the other title that I would like to give her is that she's also known as the walking dictionary of our MA products. All right. So she's the best person to share today's topic. So without further ado, let us give a warm welcome all the way from the United States. Let's welcome Stephanie, our Taikache, our big sister.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I chose this topic was because Richard is always fussing about it. And I chose this topic because it is true. And I'll tell you why. We recently had a talk. Richard's cousin is a pediatrician in California. And we were having this conversation. And one thing that she said that today in her pediatric care, she has never sent children to brain scan. It has increased by 50%. And we asked her why. Brain frying. I want to say this again. Brain frying situation is happening to check the kids and the child. Then it got us to thinking, and that was when Richard and I made an effort to, now we have our phone not on our bedside, but on the front of our counter. We have a dresser. We put our phone further away from us. And I started looking up into the electromagnetic wave and how it is. And I thought about it. I said, look, this is a new situation, that there are still a lot of clinical study going on. Some have not reached the conclusive efforts, some has. So I'm going to share with you today, so you're an early bird to basically hear this. Some of you think it's a quack thing, but some of you not. But let's explore it together. Those that want to take extra precaution will do, those that don't. That's pretty much it. So let's take a look at it. The hidden harms that we have this, and it will be futuristically, because this cannot be avoided and we're around this a lot. So let's talk about stereotyping of aging. This is what we look like when we age, right? We think like, oh my goodness, this is what we need to do. What if we can look like these people when we age? And why I pick aging up is because these are all, I checked it, over 70 years old. I don't know about you. When I look 70, I would like to look like that, man, I tell you. So it's a stereotyping. No, aging no longer is becoming a hey, I stereotypingly look like the thing on the left. Today, culture, technology, supplementation, we have a choice to prevent that from happening. I always like to share my mother-in-law, who started exercising at 50, who started taking supplement at 65. And look at her today at 91. Some of you have met. I would like to show you her recent picture, which I should have, but anyway. at 92, she could bench press. Can you imagine? But she doesn't. But of course, she always tell me, you didn't give me earlier on. I said, well, I didn't know the company. I wasn't taking supplements. So, so this taking care of your health, you can start today, tomorrow. What my point is, if you have not, somehow take this and start today. Because why I show this picture, because we reflect on it, we have to ask ourselves, well, when we are 70 years old, 80, 90 years old, you want to look like the one on the left, or do you want to look like the one on the right? Choice is yours. And it can be done. So we all want to look good. This two couple, 160 something, this one is 70, this girl. This lady on the right with the bikini is, and this two is over 70 years old. Wow. Even our fabulous Susan Na, who's over 60. Look at her. She looks so damn good, right? So we all want to feel good, look good, experience life, no major illness. I'm sure you all don't want at 70 to lose your memory, or at 80 to have to basically have to climb a staircase, or maybe spend most of your 50% of your time in the hospital or going into clinic. I'm sure you don't want that. What if you can live a life with no joint pain, exercise, climb hills? Okay, I do agree, may not as be agile as it used to, but you're still able to do it. You know, you have no problem walking 800 meters. You have no problem taking a vacation. So your agility is there. What if you could do that even with your 70, 80 years old? But it starts now. It starts as early as you start will be better, of course, you know. But if in any cases, it doesn't hurt to basically look into it. Because I'll tell you this, lack of preparation will show up at the end of the road. You can abuse yourself now and say, I don't need to, but either way, it's going to catch up. Well, there are 20 to 30% as genetics. So, you know, so ask yourself. So before we start, I want to put a disclaimer there saying that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and this product will not be intended to diagnose, treat, or cure and prevent disease. Why do I have to do this? Because supplementation that we're going to be talking about later, they're not looked at by the FDA. It's by another branch called the SHEA, okay? And we're not here to diagnose any diseases, but to share information, practical information, and studied information that are happening right now. What do we have around us? Do you see that on the left? How many of you say that you have the young? Everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has a laptop. Everyone has a TV. Can you look at this today? My entire house looked like that. You know that house right here? Why? Because it's a Wi-Fi house. You know, and it's I can operate my fridge, my oven on my cell phone, my door on my cell phone. Really? You guys, very nice, very cool technology. But when you look at the wave, yeah, we're going to talk about the EMF wave. It's now circulating in your house. Your machine, my washing machine also can be done by Wi-Fi. Okay. And how about the cars these days? Electronic cars. So these things are around you, no matter where you go. So they're called EMF wave. What are they? Okay. Oh, wait. Did I miss one? Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, never mind. So when you look at that, so how many of you can say, before we get to that, you sleep with your phone? Come on. Let's see a hand here. How many of you on this call can safely say you have never fallen asleep with your phone or take your phone like this? How many? How many of you have fallen asleep with your phone besides your bed? Come on. Thank you, Sheen. We got one person at meeting. Thank you, Susan. You have, right? How many of you have spent a lot of time, more than let's say, more than 4 hours or 3 hours on your laptop? Come on, any gadgets like on your laptop for at least a day, 3 hours. Some of you 8 hours. So here's the question that, what do you think happened when you go to sleep with your phone right there? What do you think that's happening? Okay. These are what I call EMF waves, EMFs, electromagnetic field. The EMF of physical area, we can't see it. It's a byproduct that we cannot see, often referred to as radiation. They are associated with the electronic power and various forms of natural and man-made lights. We have to turn on the lights. So there are two types of EMF wave, low frequency and high frequency. From device like power lines, electric wire, household appliances, yes, household appliances, yes, your Thermomax, your quick, easy, like turning thing, wireless device like mobile phones, Wi-Fi routers, yeah. To turn off the Wi-Fi router, very hard for me, I tell you anyway. Okay, and then Bluetooth devices, yes, Bluetooth, and I'll tell you, cell phone, mouse, everything is Bluetooth this day. In your car, I don't have an electronic car. Yes, but you Bluetooth your songs, your phone. They're Bluetooth from your phone to your car, right? Think what happens then. So common sources of Wi-Fi routers are your smartphone, Wi-Fi routers, meters, and also microwave Bluetooth device. Yes. So how many can say that these are present in your life? Can anyone say that all these stuff, your smartphone, anyone on the call say that it's not present in your life? You cannot. So when you look at the EMF wave, the field, the magnetic frequency, where it attacks, oxidation damage, hormone damage, degenerative disease that are happening, okay, that are happening in our lives. That's why now when you talk about membrane, the cell membrane, we talk about cancer, we talk about Alzheimer, we talk about anxiety, we talk about what do you call it? We talk about dementia, okay, depression. Yes, it affects headaches. Do you realize that headaches are more frequent these days? Why? They're coming more and more frequent. Migraines are coming more and more frequent. Okay. And you have difficulty concentrating with poor memory. I have one proof for you. Have you ever used the phone or play a game before on your phone? Or use your phone at such an intense, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour, when you get up, you forgot something? When you put your phone on the side, you forget something? Or something as simple, have you ever experienced that? Have you experienced that just using that cell phone, maybe for like 15 directly or 30 minutes, that you have, you're very tired for some reason, or your brain feels a little tight? Maybe you don't do it the first time. What about second? What about third? What about fourth? Now, what about doing this every single day? It's that you become immune to that fact. So brain cells and heart cells have the highest concentration of voltage, generate calcium channels into the most of affected by the EMF. So that's the reason why it's not surprising when Richard's cousin told her that this is literally happening in California. Pediatric, she's in the field of pediatric, and how disappointing it is that she sees more and more of this happening. And how about your neurotransmitter releasing hormones? They affect us. So today the topic, I'm going to divide it into effects of EMF technology, which we talked about it just now. Technology, overuse, high health risks, practical preventions that you can do, and supplementation that possibly can slow down the effect. Before we start, let's take a look at the studies. These are studies that have been going on for a while. And these are studies that talks about the EMF exposure. Biomedical effects of EMF exposure. This research explore potential link of exposure increasing the incidence of malagence, nervous system disorder, that, and also immune deficiency related. The studies highlight the biological of, I want you to look at this, oxidative stress, neuroinflammation, that means your nerve inflamed, disruption in neurotransmitter level. Those very, very important because it could also lead to Parkinson's. Wireless radiation and EMF health impact. The research prevents strong evidence of wireless radiation. Electromagnetic field possesses measurable health risks at a level considered safe by current regulatory line. Health risk. Current regulatory say it's not a health risk, but it has become one. The study highlight DNA damage, oxidative stress, mitochondria, which are master cell. Our master cell is dysfunctioning. Linking EMF exposure to chronic disease such as cancer, neurodegenerative condition. This is terms that we have exposure of cognitive accelerated neurodegenerative exposure. So meaning memory lost, and that's something we need to see. Aging studies on it. It shows that electromagnetic wave on aging study, again, oxidative stress, immune deficiency, okay? And talks about disruption of cellular function, leading to the increase of free radical damages. Free radical, if you get a hint, there's one product that you got to die health. EMF shields and biological age studies involving 31 volunteers who use EMF insulated bed system for 2 months and shows improvement of immune function. Wow, I was shocked because I didn't think that immune function actually made any, impact as far as the EMF goes. Reduce oxidative and inflammation markers and also decrease in calculated biological age. You look younger. Oh, you look younger. When you look at people around you, it's very interesting. I've not done it, but you guys can do it. The better looking they are, you ask them how long they're on their phone or a computer or stuff. Ask them. I bet you not as much as that. So it does affect our aging process. So this is a aging study on dates for those of you that are green people. You want to know, I highlighted some. If you want me to send this, that's great. You could read about it. The studies are there. You can click on it and do more of it on it. Okay, so this author here talks about the aging brainwave. It started in 2018, long-term 1950 EMF exposure did cause oxidative stress, DNA damage, neuroinflammation in aging brain. So you could look at all the different stuff that they look at it, but oxidative stress is one of the major issue on that, okay? And some of it are with mice. And this is one thing, long-term occupation of exposure for risk of dementia and possible double risk of dementia in workers exposed to medium high EMF, however, not stated conclusively. So some of them are still ongoing, that they are doing more and more research to kind of have more of a conclusive percentage. So let's talk about technology in our daily life. This is a given. A lot of us are exposed to, say, we spend about 7 to 10 hours a day on the screen. I will tell you, preparing this presentation, I did spend that much time. So, and we like to watch TV. We're in front of either a laptop or a TV, right? Communication, entertainment, and even fitness apps. So those are one that the screen time. I don't know about Singapore, but in the United States, they have a timer for children, toddlers, children, that they can use the gadgets. So whereby a pediatrician would tell them you can only use this for this period of time. So they don't allow them to use too much of a time on those on gadgets. So they want the brainwave to rest, So visible web of EMF. Of course, your home office, I already said that, smart devices, you know who you are, and we all have it, right? And of course, lifestyle change due to tech. When our lifestyle change, technology did changes, make us less mobile, sedentary. We move less because we can accomplish it by just doing it, like sending a message, right? Mindless scrolling, just looking at, now we don't read newspaper. We just scroll hole, scroll hole, scroll hole, scroll hole, right? Reduce quality sleep. I will tell you that if you can stay off your phone, if you can stay off your phone and before you sleep, at least 1 hour, your sleep will improve tremendously. The blue light can affect our sleep, that screen exposure. So if you like to read before, I used to read on my phone. Now I read on a book. So I don't use the phone anymore. At night, before you go to bed, you read. My husband is one person that keeps hogging on me on that. So read using the book instead. So less face-to-face interaction and more digital communication. Like I just did a Zoom. Yesterday I did another few more Zoom. Even in Dallas Fort Worth, because it's so far, driving an hour, we can meet lah, but driving an hour, sometimes hour 15, why don't we just Zoom, or 30 minutes, why don't we just Zoom? That's normal. So now it's become like a part of our life, right? How about we have this sedentary, sorry, I have to take. Okay, now how EMF affect our body. Disruption of cellular communication can interfere with our body natural electrical signal. We have natural electrical signal. That's why we have this grounded. Have you ever got, our body is, and affecting how cells communicate and function. And some study has also suggested that altering cell membrane permanently, permeability, and the calcium ionic channels of that, impacting sleep hormones that EMF exposure has shown night. And then it basically suppresses the melatonin production. And that's why a lot of us cannot sleep and increase melatonin to go to sleep, right? It's crucial for sleeping and the quality of immune function. And that's important. Oxidative stress and inflammation. That's high on, if you notice, every clinical research has almost that, an imbalance of free radical. When the free radicals way too much, you guys, a lot of you are educated and you know about antioxidant, and many of us knows about it. And imagine more free radical damage in our body, there will be more and more other health challenges that's be implicated to us. This can trigger chronic inflammation, leading to tissue damage over time. Potential link to cancer. The World Health Organization has classified radio frequency, electromagnetic field, as possibly carcinogen to human. Okay, and ongoing research right now exploring the EMF exposure to brain tumor. Yikes. So phone, no sleep with it. And also digital addiction. Do you notice when your posture change when you do the phone, do this, right? Do this, that happens. That addiction, we think about it, and I don't deny it, Richard, thanks, whatever. So yes, I have a digital addiction, and you just want to use your smartphone. You just use it all the time. If you don't have your phone, you cannot leave it. I bet you, how many of you would think about it? Oh, where my phone is, I need my phone. So even though you don't have anything for that day, you still want your phone beside you. Interesting. So frequent notification and endless scrolling hijack the brain's reward system and leading it to compulsive behavior. So what it is you're educating your brain for, instead of a rewarding system, do this and do that, you're just picking where it's just impulsively, I want this. So that's why the impulsive nature, as you train the generations after. You notice that they're more impulsive in what they want things right now. Gather why. And I didn't think that nature of grabbing the phone and using it, that actually we are basically making it's like having training a person as an addiction. Oh, I want the phone, I want to play the game, I want the phone, I want it now. Babies, children, I've seen it. But when you do that over and over and over again as they grow, what does that mean? I want it now, I get it now, right? So mental fatigue and brain fog, instant multitasking, apps, emails, messages, exhaust the mental energy because you have to focus on many different kinds. So that's why I say, if you're working or you're doing stuff, do you feel exhausted? Leading difficult focus, slow cognitive process, and also a sensation of mental heaviness that you feel. Have you gone through like, I found that after I wrote this presentation, in between I took a break, then I was kind of looking at it, and when I read this part back again, I was going, oh yeah, when I was trying to do this, and I realized that I spent a lot of time, I didn't take breaks that I needed, and it occurred, and I started thinking, hey, when times that we're doing when I was working, that's how I get so tired, so tired and exhausted with it by doing so many things, and that whole thing just keep absorbing towards you. Increasing anxiety and dopamine overload. Every ping or like, you get, oh yeah, I feel so good, I'm very popular, right? Over time, the brain become desensitized and need more stimulants to feel more satisfied, increasing anxiety when disconnected. Have you called someone and say, hey, you haven't liked me yet? Just kidding. But it changes the perception, it changes us, it changes the attention-seeking mechanism in us. But little did I know that technology would do something like that. And when I started thinking about it, I'm going, yeah, you know what? It does. I did change my mannerism. Reduce attention span also, because everything is the now. You look at it, everything is. I sent Richard. I found a new personal assistant, ChatGPT. I just love it. But then I realized that wait, yeah, give me the answer. I didn't have to look, right? So, dang. So it shows that the average attention span has dropped significantly from 12 seconds to 200 in 2000 in about 8 seconds today. So here's the thing. That's why your videos are 3 minutes. And that's why when a person, I don't know, think about it. You go to a website and it doesn't come out, you move to another website. In the past, we at least wait 12 seconds. Now 8 seconds. So impatient. My mother-in-law is one such person. She cannot wait for it to come up. She keeps like pushing. Even her, that because everything comes so instantly. This affects learning, productivity, and also even more connectivity with others. And social communication also is lacking because our social communication is with a technological item. So let's talk about lifestyle impact. Our day-to-day lifestyle with technology intervening us. Poor posture, like I said, like this, right? Like this. And prolong. You're not supposed to sit that way. You're not supposed to do that. But let me say this. Think about your posture. Prolong using that device with bad posture. Text neck. Have you heard of it? Forward leading posture like that, and and the strain on the neck and the spine over time. And some people have said that they're bulking thing and you can see how long they use it, the way they use it. Okay. Blue light exposure, definitely poor sleep. I had an issue with sleeping. That was one. So what I did take, but I took the prime and stuff. Yeah, it helped me. But then when I realized it was a blue light exposure of sleep quality, so what I did was I basically stopped using my application at least an hour before bed. Blue light from screen mimics daylight, suppressing melatonin production. Using device before bedtime delays sleep onset. So do you realize that when you go, I don't know about you, but think about it. Do any of you go to bed, not really go to bed, but at that time, take out your cell phone and scroll and check, like read your TikTok lah, read your Facebook lah. Have you checked what time after that you go to bed? You don't go to bed immediately. It's probably an hour or so after. True or true? Come on, guys. Anyone ever done that before? You don't go to sleep immediately? Did you notice what time you really go to sleep? I say I go to sleep early, 10 o'clock. But you don't literally fall asleep until midnight because you were on your cell phone. You're on your cell phone. How many? Yeah, guilty, right? So you're on your cell phone, and by the time you go to bed, it was midnight or 11 o'clock. And then you wonder why you're so tired. And you get up tired, like a drunken mode, you know? So we do that. It's a lifestyle. Let's face it, we do that. Disconnect from nature. This one. My husband got where we live is in an Audubon's, which means that it's an environment that is inside nature where parks, everything is, and they don't, like, they can't chop certain things. The birds have to come freely because it's an Audubon, they won't show it. So it's like living in I'd not say forest, but living in where the wildlife is present. So what I'm saying is that why he picked it, because he likes the outdoor, but it kind of bring the outdoor to me, so I'm exposed to it. It's a really great idea doing it. So for those of you that live in Singapore, do you go out for a walk? And we are disconnect. Increased screen time means decreased outdoor activities, right? And more glasses, right? Because we don't exercise our eyes. Less exposure to sunlight, and that means no vitamin D, lesser vitamin D. Fresh air, green space, weakened mental health, and reduce physical fitness. The outdoor activities does make a big impact. I have a tendency to stay in and go, oh, you go, I don't feel like it. But I realize after doing this, it's so important that we go out for a walk, feel the nature, you know. And I can see some of us are being very impatient. We're like, anywhere, like, can we go home? Because technology is not around us. We've got to learn to basically take a breathing moment, you know, to get the sunlight that we need, feel the fresh air that we're supposed to, and that's where we are, you know, so that we have exposure to other things, not just on the blue screen. And on top of that, not forgetting reduce face-to-face time interaction. Social media has changed our life completely, in many ways, and in that interacting time too. I don't know if you feel that way. As we get more into technology, communication is becoming a challenge. Divorce rates are higher. We don't communicate between siblings well, in a proper manner. We don't handle emotional very well. And I know the older generation, I want you to look at the younger generation, how, and also we get emotionally upset pretty easily, and handling it's not as many. Now, on the flip side, we're talking about younger. What about the older generation? It happens too with the more mature generation. Let's not use older, more mature generation. Okay, so social media and messaging apps often replace conversation. One line. It's not a text, not an emotion to it. Sometimes you hurt people doing that. So it doesn't have that I don't like to say impact, but that connectivity. Studies have linked heavy tech use to loneliness, depression, and decrease of community. One thing about human being, and also on the blue zone, what's important is that connectivity, that relatability of people. And we, in one of the talks in the blue zone, it talks about people living up to 100. And Singapore, by the way, is a modified blue zone. And when you look at it, they talk about community reaction. They talk about people being able to go out, talk to people, and how their social environment matter with long life. Okay, so that's not they don't feel lonely, they feel interactive. We are a social, as being human being, hermit or not, as me, we have some connectivity that we do need from the outside world. And that's one factor that actually helps someone live to 100. Okay. Symptoms of EMF sensitivity. Okay, now let's see if you got those symptoms. Headaches around heavy usage. So if you feel like your head after using any form of technology, okay, you feel like heavy-headed on the device. Fatigue, tired, okay, despite adequate rest. You're rested well. Wait, I slept 8 hours. Wait a minute, I take a nap. I'm still tired. Sleep disturbance, trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, getting up in between time. Tingling and burning sensation, mainly for the skin when using the phone. That one, your joints lah, huh? And then your nerve, right? Your circulation is not there. Muscle and joint pain, explain aches without injury. You have aches, but you don't have any injury. Cognitive emotion symptoms, like, okay, those are physical symptoms. What about cognitive brain fog? Difficult to concentrate, to get clarity. Memory problem, you're not able to remember such simple things. Mood swings, sudden irritability, anxiety, or mild depression without clear causes. There's no reason why you're upset or why you feel depressed. Heightening sensitivity, feeling uncomfortable or wired in areas with strong Wi-Fi signal, smart meters, and also heavy tech environments. So when you're in that, you feel uncomfortable. Some people feel immediate relief when they move away from a high EMF zone. So take note, think about it. So what can we do? Okay, we can reduce EMF exposure by doing the things that we, by taking actions, putting your phone away before you go to sleep, taking walks, that you need, protective habits, supplementing energy and mindful practice. So let's talk about EMF exposure. Limit your screen time. Use speaker mode instead of or earphones would be better. And also turn off Wi-Fi at night. Turn that off. Okay, keep device away from the body further. Don't speak with your phone under your pillow. Don't sleep with your phone under your pillow. If you're younger, change that. Okay, to keep your sanity right there. You don't want to grow old sooner. Protect the habit. Digital detox. Once in a while, do a tech-free zone. Call it digital detox. My husband loved digital detox. Grounding. So walk barefoot on the, this is quite interesting, barefoot on grass and sand, balance the electric wave. So once in a while, go to your beach and walk. So natural light exposure helps rest circadian rhythm. It helps reset the circadian rhythm by using the natural rest and also light exposure by going for it. That helps. How about doing a stretch, break of eye exercise, 20-20 rule? 20 minutes, that means every 20 minutes you take a break from your screen. 20, and make sure your phone is 20 feet away. And do this at least 20 seconds. So 20 minutes, just 20 seconds, take a break from your phone. Make sure it's 20 minutes away just for 20 seconds and go back to it. Okay. Energy and mindfulness. Take something like Tai Chi, yoga, go out nature to walk. That keeps you basically rested and grounded. So it's like it counters for meditation, breathing techniques, counter the overstimulation. Qigong and yoga supports your energy flow. And nature time, tech-free nature, immerse for that. So nature type has having some tech-free. Okay, Richard, I'll go for a walk. And I'm just kidding. All right, now let's talk about the supplements. So now let's talk about the recommended supplements. Now I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but then I'm going to give it down to a few that I feel, that you can use. Isotonics OPC3. You hear everything about oxidative stress, antioxidant. This is a must. This is a must because it one of the best and the most powerful counter of free radical damage that we have. So how it basically helps, why you need it is because it's powerful antioxidant against EMF free radical. How it helps: natural free radical damage from EMF exposure, supports circulation and overall resilience. It helps antioxidative stress and protects skin, brain, heart, and circulation. Okay, no, that is something. If you are exposed and you practically need to have this product. CoQ10, why you need it? It boosts cellular energy drained by EMF exposure. Are you drained completely? CoQ10 is something that you may want to consider. Okay, these are for people that are in the technological field. How it helps support heart health and energy production at a cellular level, repairs mitochondria, very important, restore cellular vitality, so your master cells being repaired, power heart energy, and boost the stamina. NAD repairs NAD and energize cells for anti-aging. How does it help? It restores energy production and protects the cell through EMF aging. Yeah, I know we don't want to age, so this is a very good product. It also helps your energy engine and repairs the mitochondria and restore the cell vitality. Magnesium, highly, highly needed. It calms the nerve and improves sleeps disturbed by EMF. So when you use, I forgot to put, when you use your phone, sometimes you get tense. Have you ever used your phone for a time and then you get nerve pinch? And I tell you, if you do get it, please go to see a chiropractor or a brain alignment person. It will help you align it. And also, you probably need to maybe do a massage or acupuncture. It started getting stiff and they call it it can get carpal tunnel because of that. So you want to relax, and sometimes your muscles are tight because of this. You can take magnesium to relax your muscle, support brain function, and also promote restful sleep. And magnesium, absolutely taking many of my customers, because the core tree has loved the magnesium because it helps them sleep. Curcumin, reduce inflammation again that triggers by EMF stress. It fights cellular inflammation caused by the environment and the stressor. Vitamin D strengthens immunity. One of the things that the EMF exposure does is it reduces immune function. That's amazing discovery when you look at it. So it helps you balance and support the immune resilience and strengthen immunity and emotion stability. What I think I learned about vitamin D, besides it helps the hormones, helps basically, it helps some anti-inflammatory properties. It also helps with immune system tremendously with it. I believe in any case, everyone should be on a daily essential. And if you're a guest listening to it, that is something that supports our day-to-day functionality on it, that has everything that we need to support our body. And at least the basic that you gotta have, and I'm gonna assume that you have that. It produces foundational essential vitamins, antioxidant, and minerals for the body. Very surprised, colostrum with lion's mane. Gut brain protection from EMF stress is important because the gut supports the brain, right? So strengthening the gut lining and enhancing cognitive function under distress. This would be something that I consider, if you look at the screen time a long time and you really want to protect that memory, this prime colostrum is important, like your gut brain immune system, defensive critical for mental clarity, immunity, and inflammation control. Vitamin B restores the mental focus and counters the fatigue that we feel when we do this, when we use our gadgets or around, how it helps against EMF. It would be boost mental clarity and energy level depletion by EMF. So it's a great product to couple with the colostrum. It's a great product to couple with, I think I'm about to do the omega-3. Resveratrol with strong anti-aging and DNA protection. DNA protection reduce oxidative stress for EMF exposure and also anti-aging, DNA protection, cardiovascular health. This is one product, I call it the unsung hero. It's a very powerful product. Other companies build on this product as far as the resveratrol goes, and according to it does restore your cell, so it helps with it. Here's the thing, it is said that when you take resveratrol, your cell level actually can keep to 120, and there's a proven clinical study on it, that you'll maintain your cell level to 120 years. So I think maybe in time to come we'll live to 300. Yeah. Ultimate aloe juice. Wow, healing your gut, reduce EMF related inflammation inside the gut on it. Soothe digestive tract and strengthening internal defense system. So if you have a gut issue or hey, this is a great product just beside, but it does help. For those of you that are blue light and you really can't sleep and magnesium is not working for you, here is a melatonin plus. It helps restore to recover the EMF damage, promotes natural sleep for cellular repair and recovery. It is important to sleep, especially REM sleep, deep REM sleep. It's important for aging purposes. So you don't want to look like the norm, but you want to look like the current, you want to look at out of the norm, that people look really good when they're 70, over 70 years old. So why? Because we detox our brain every single time we sleep. And there's a thing called amyloid plaque in our brain. When we sleep, we detox that. And what is amyloid plaque? Is imagine this 5 fingers. If you have an issue, and these are all memory, where it stores maybe your address, your name, your father's name, your mother's name, where your aunt live and stuff. So if let's say these 3 are stuck together, so you don't detox it so that they can release itself, what happens is that you will lose the memory of you can't remember your memory of your aunt's location or even the name of your aunt sometimes, so, but you only remember your mom and dad. So what I'm saying is that that's very important to do that. And I know some of you have a glimpse of it. They're going, I know, it's just there. I just cannot remember. Okay. So that's what's going on. Your REM sleep for recovery and cellular repair. At the night that we sleep, our body repairs. It's very important. And not forgetting the H2 tab. The H2 tab, deep detox with molecular hydrogen. And it helps the targeted EMF oxidative stress inside the cell. So taking it with water, it's amazing to help you with it. So then, of course, omega-3. EMF screen, basically with a neural inflammation. EMF, it needs it to disrupt structure for all cell membrane, blue light exposure to some of the low-grade inflammation. So protect the brain cells and improve memory clarity, restores the, it's not restores, restores the flexible function membrane, reduce inflammation, and support, this is very important, support serotonin level and stabilize mood and mental clarity, okay? So many products. Where do I start? Coming down to a landing. Number 1, it begins with OPC3. OPC3 needs to be taken today if you're exposed to all that EMF exposure more than once a day, okay? So I would jug it if I were you, bathe in it if I were you, because I don't want, and because oxidative stress is so important, and we're exposed to it in the car, we're exposed to it on a bus, we're exposed to it when we walked into the a place where people are using their phones and everything. So we're always exposed to it. So if I were you, I'll take 4 in the morning and 4 at night. You know what I'm saying? So that I have that prevention. Now, foundational, I believe, and after thinking and sorting it out, okay, and asking questions, and I would say the 3 product that I highly recommend would be OPC, NAD, and colostrum as the foundation, because NAD production repairs the DNA cell, the mitochondrial function, deep repair. And OPC, of course, the free radical damage, you've heard it, oxidative stress over and over again, free radical damages. And it's very important to maintain minimum. You have free radical damage on a day-to-day basis, but not at a high level, okay? Blood vessel protection, of course. And colostrum mane, because of the lining, and lion's mane has been great nerve repair, okay? Brain nerve health barrier for it, and also immune surveillance. And those are the 3 I would start with to combat in this EMF wave. Now, what are the others that you could see here? Summarized notes on everything, whereby I talk about the NAD, strong repair mitochondrion, feeling for results would be about 2 to 4 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, magnesium, okay? So you could see these are some. If you wanted, I can post it on the Team RNS page, Facebook. So you have all of this. I summarized it, put it together. Now let's talk about EMF supplement guide. So I've explained it. These are my suggestion. Would be start with the OPC, the colostrum, and the NAD. Then add-on would be either choose the omega-3 or magnesium. I choose the magnesium. I'd say take both, but because if your sleep or your muscles aching, then you want to go with the magnesium. But other than that, if you're wanting to protect your brain function, you could always go with the omega. Then as we go down the tier, you have the vitamin D and CoQ10, and of course the aloe for it. So to help with the inflammation and to help with the cell level. And then it goes down. So I would recommend the product based on this priority. So with it, that you could choose either one on each level or choose that. And some of you are already taking it. I'm already taking, I'm going to add the colostrum to it, but I'm already taking most of these products. So, so add on 1 or 2. I think most of you is the colostrum. So if you want to market this in the field to people that are exposed to EMF, the first exposure is definitely OPC3. For more foundational ones, I would do the OPC, NAD, and the colostrum, or even just the core 3 would do on it. And add-on has the colostrum. So basically do a core 3 and add the colostrum to it. That would be a good set to go with. And then the rest of it based on day-to-day necessity and based on what we want as far as protection for it, okay? So I'm going to open this now for Q&A. I know it's hard to swallow when I read this, and the reason why I decided to do this is because we use it all the time. We don't think about it very much. As I was doing more research on this, I didn't realize the impact of, as we allow this to proceed, the damage that it's going to cause. So protect yourself now, do something now, change your lifestyle and change your family lifestyle now so that you can redirect the exposure of EMF. So thank you, Jeffrey. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the very detailed explanation of EMF. And it's good to hear that we have so many products that can be used to counter this negative effect. All right. So we still have about 4 minutes. I will open the floor. If you have questions, you can unmute yourself. You can type in the chat box, and then we'll try to answer your questions. Who wants to go first?
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Jeffrey. Basil here.
Hey,
Yes,
Basil.
Yeah, quick question. My son's friend has pretty bad acne. I mean, she's a teenager, so I guess that's normal. Will something like OPC3 and daily essentials help to clear up acne?
Oh, yeah. But for acne purposes, you're asking for acne off topic, Basil.
Yeah, it's not exactly EMF. Unless EMF can cause acne. So maybe EMF can cause acne, huh?
Well, I have a lot of people here, so you guys can answer those questions for me. I'll tell you what I use. I generally definitely go with OPC3 and vitamin C, and it depends, and the skincare line. You know, we used to have the acne kit, but I always was taught like the wipes are very important if it's a guy, because they don't like to wash their face very much. So I use the wipe on it and give them a skincare regimen that they can use on both sides. But if it's hormone driven, I would add a vitamin D with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Hope that
So-
helps.
We'll try. We'll experiment and see what happens.
Yeah, Dr. Shirin adds on, don't forget to use H2 tab.
Oh, Basil, another thing before I forget, there's an immune, and some acnes are bacteria oriented. So you might
Immune
want to,
Plus.
yes, Immune Plus.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks, Basil. Who's next? By the way, thanks, Dr. Shirin, for your input as well. It's good that we have doctor here in the room. We can always get free doctor advice.
Yes. And I'll say this on the EMF side, if I were to market, I would market OPC as the number one. And then I like the colostrum. When I read more about it, I totally like it. So I would definitely, Core 3 does cover part of it and do an add-on on the colostrum. So when people buy your OPC based on allergies or not, educate them. It can help prevent EMF, like it can help that exposure. Another thing that you can talk about with OPC is it can help also with toxicity. In the United States, nail tech, people that works in salon, especially nail tech, I think about 7% per day die based on toxicity exposure. There's an article that they are actually reviewing that industry a lot because of that reason. All right. Any other question?
Tiffany has a question on the chat box. She asked, does H2 tab help to remove heavy metal from the body?
You know, Tiffany, I wish I have that answer. I am really not sure about it. Doc, if you know, the H2 tab, does it? I'm really not sure if it does remove heavy metal from the body. You know, so not sure, Tiff. I'll find out. I'll let you know. This is a good question. Yes, H2 tab, I would add to it, Doc, because I think that it covers all the water you can put into it. But the foundational, I would think, if minimum you want to sell, now I think about it, H2 tab and OPC would be a lower cost to move, you know, for even protect EMF waves. Can you imagine you sell them an OPC and you said, hey, this one help with EMF exposure. What is it? Educate them. Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. I can allow maybe one more question. Anyone else? Calling once. Okay, Dr. Shirin's sharing is this is to answer H2 tab. It doesn't directly remove heavy metals, but help reduce the metals harmful with. All right. Yeah. Thanks again, Dr. Shirin.
Thank you, Doc.
One last question from the floor before we call the night.
Well, you're letting me go so easy, huh?
Okay. So if there's no more questions, officially, I'm going to end tonight's product call. Thanks again to Stephanie having to wake up so early from the States. and sharing so much of valuable information with all of us here. Thank you everyone for joining in. We'll see you again in our next week product call. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank you,
Jeffrey.
Stephanie. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Bye. For
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Sorry,
Thanks, Stephanie.